Yeah, so we are discussing about MVVM architecture related, right? So I'll open that one. So in MVVM architecture, till now almost we have done majority of the things. So there are a few things which are pending here. Now that we will concentrate here. So for that here now we have to do the next level. So that is here. So till what we did. So we created last time, I think, network related unsafe HTTP. This one we have created here. Now we will create one more package called as a repository name as repository. Then we will continue from there. So here now we will create one more package that is repository. I'm creating one new package that is repository. Repository. Oh, sorry, it is created as a class. We have to create that as the repository. So new package, right? So repository, I'll create repository. So now within this repository, now we have to create one new class on a name of login repository. I'm creating here login repository, right? Login repository I have created here. So in this now I'll write a few things, like one is the retrofit client. So for that here now I'm using the private val. So that is retrofit client equal to, so from service generator dot, so service generator dot, with reference of the service generator I'm writing this create service. So what is a service? That is a API client. So API client colon class dot Java. So class dot Java, I have created one class here. Then we have to create one suspend function. So suspend function, so that is do login. So we are using this do login method to login here. So that is a do login. So that is the request body. So I'm requesting the body. That is request body. So the second one we will use as in form of hash map. So hash map. So that is string, comma, string. So I'm using that string. Then colon. So from here now we will call that retrofit call. That is a call. So from there we will call that JSON object. Right, JSON object. JSON object equal to. So from here JSON object equal to. So that is we are writing with context of. So with context, just I'll write here next line with context. So that is with reference of the dispatchers. So that it will validate that dispatchers.io, means it will check with the inputs that. So that is a dispatchers.io. It will check an inputs and all. So now with this we create a class. So now here I'm creating one retrofit client about whatever we created right there. Here get login method. So that is from where we will call that. So that is from URL helper. URL helper. So URL helper dot login. From there we are calling the URL that is login. Then request body. So these two we are sending here. This. So then this is done. Then next here, we need to create here one more package. So again, we need to create one more package. That is here. One more package called view model. So we have to create that view model. So I'm creating the package as view model. Within this view model, now we will create one more class called login view model. So login view model. Login view model. So within this login view model, now, so this will be extends as view model. Right, this will be extended as a view model. So here again private. So private var repository. So I'm creating again one more repository. Repository equal to, so that is a login repository. Just we created login repository, right? That we will call here. So that is a login repository of, so login repository, that's it, right? Then here now var login response. So here we are calling that login response. What are the response it is coming that I want to call here? So for that here, now I'm creating this login response equal to, so login response equal to, so that is mutable live data. So that I'm calling here mutable live data of login repository, login response model, not repository, login response model, login response model. So login response model. From this login response model, now where if error, any error will come, so we need to handle that error. Error equal to, so again that mutable live data. So that is in the form of string. Whatever that will come, that we will handle as a string. Done. Then here now fun do login. So I'm checking with this do login. So do login with reference of that JSON object. So JSON object colon JSON object. So this second JSON object we are using here. This is the hash map. So I'm using the hash map. So string and string, right? Then here now, so view model scope dot launch. So we have to launch that. Launch, that is val response. Val response equal to repository dot do login. So whatever the JSON object that I'm sending into this. Right here now we are handling that response dot, here we are writing the enqueue method. So that is enqueue of, so that we have to handle that object colon from here the callback. So what is the callback method here? We have to use the retrofit callback in this now. So I'm calling that JSON object. So JSON object, right, with reference of the JSON object. Here now we have to create that method. So in this now it has two methods, right? Override on response, override on failure. So these two we have added. So now within this we have to handle here now I'll handle here response dot code, response code from the server side. If the response code I'll get 200, right? Then login response dot value equal to, so that is a JSON dot from JSON. From the JSON, we have to get the data. So that is response dot body dot to string. Whatever we are getting, that I'm converting into string. So where we will get that? So that is from login response model colon class.java. From that particular class, we will get that data, right? So here now, else here we have to write the next step. So else error dot value, whatever the error it will come, that will write. Here we will write as invalid credential, something I'm showing this now. But in case if it will be this, so here also just I'm setting the error. For the place I'm setting this here. Right. Last one more class which is here. We have to create with reference of EFS. So that is a class. That class name has my application. So my application. Done. So in my application, now we have to write this. My application will be extended as application. So this will be extended as application. Then within this, now we have to write one override function. So that is override function on create. So we have to write an on create function. So in this now just we'll call the shared preferences. That's it. Means the shared preferences will be held here. So that we have to call here shared helper dot init. So init with reference of this. That's it. So that shared preferences will be called here. That's that. So this we have to do here now. This is done. Then for this now, this is this import has done. Why it is here we have created shared helper. Okay, done. So now one class is pending, that is in the main activity. We have to write the code. After that, we will write the next code here. Then we will fix the box here. So that we have to write here. So to main activity, just we have updated a few changes. So one is the button click and data binding. Only two we added. Remaining all we have to check here. Now we come here and we will check in this now. So what we have to write in next here. So first of all, in this now globally, I want to handle few things, so that we will start from the global here. So the data binding already we declared. After the data binding here, now we have to declare the view model. So for that private element where that is view model. I'm calling the view model. So that is login view model. So just I have to call that globally. Then here now I have to write, before the click, I have to write two things. One is the setup view model. Setup view model. I'll create two functions here. So one is the setup view model. Other is the setup observer. So this view model and observer will handle all the things here, right? So with this name, we have to create functions here. So one is with setup and with this. So two we have to create it here this. Now in this set observer, right? In this observer, we have to write some code. So that is here binding dot Sorry, in this now just we have to write the response, whatever the response it will come, so that we will write here. So that is toast dot make text this at the rate main activity. Then here we have to write the login successful. So in case login successful, it will come to this. Then here toast dot length long dot show done. So in this it is there. And next in a setup view model. So here that with reference of the view model equal to, so that is a view model provider. So view model provider this. So with reference of the view model provider here, we have to call that. So from here now view model provider dot this. So with the login response here, we have to call with the login response, login view model colon class. So that we have to call in this here view model dot class dot java. We have to call that. Then next here. So about here we have to write after this now. I'll write here before this. If valid, I'm checking the validation also. If valid, if it is a valid, then I'll execute. Else here, it will comes here. It will execute this. Else it will do this. So in case if it is valid means we have to write that valid function also here. Now for that valid also I have created here one class. This is the like validation. So already we discussed our classes that validation part. So that we are doing here now same. So that I'm doing this validation here now. So to do this validation here, I'm writing this if. So that is the text utils. So text utils start is empty. That is binding dot email dot text. So that I'm taking the text dot to string. So that will be equal to a is empty. Then here now we have to write binding dot email dot set error. So I'm setting an error. So what is that error? Please enter email. Please enter email. Right. Same. We will write for the password also. So that is here. Password. Here also it will be password. Right. Password. Sorry. Then it will be here. It will return as a false here. Return false. Same here. It will return false. Here we will write that. Please enter password. Right. So in case this 2 has passed here, it will give the return. Right. Then what we have to write on the top. So we collect this data. Now this data, we have to do some process on this data. So here now, I'm creating that var JSON object. So JSON object that is equal to here I'm creating the hash map. So hash map string from string. So I have created this hash map declaration. So in this now, just I have added here this. Now, so if it is this, the JSON object dot put. So username, this is the username which we are getting from the API. So that I'm writing here. Then already we have created that user email. So that is the user email. Then JSON object dot. This is the password. Right. So this is the user password. Right. Then from here now we are calling simply we are calling that view model dot do login method. So whatever we created that do login method and that now whatever the data we created that we are passing from here. So this is from here it is done. So the main activity wise has done here it is showing one error. Now we have to resolve these issues. First we'll start from the other classes. Last it will come here. Mostly it will resolve the issues. So in this class, what is the error? So now in this class it is clear. Then here URL helper. Right. So this is the call. You have to import this call. So here this retrofit call you have to import. So here that is URL helper. So we created the class URL helper. Service generator. Here in this call, this is a retrofit call. URL helper is not calling everywhere. So otherwise, what I'll do, first I'll move this all the classes outside. So it will call, then we will move so that it will come and it will cut, paste. So just I'm moving all the things one by one outside. So once it will run, then we can move on to the respective. Maybe while writing that, somewhere it has the issue that it's not identifying now. That's why this these two classes are clear now. Retrofit client. Just moving all the classes one by one outside. Then later again we can move on to the respective folder. Right now almost all the classes are outside. Now what is the issue here? Dot init at the rate this, let it be retrofit client. Unsafe HTTP client. Where is that unsafe? Okay. Unsafe. Okay. HTTP client. This is. So here it is. It is all here. So base URL helper. Where is the helper class? So now it is not helper. Here it will be here. URL helper dot base URL. Done. URL helper. Campaign object is the issue here. URL helper class. That's why that is not calling here. So what is the issue here? URL helper class, right? So in this class URL helper, URL helper, why it is not taking. Okay, then we will check this tomorrow and we'll continue from there.